Lady Gaga, welcome back to the Tonight Show at Home edition. I love you. Thank you so much for honoring your word and talking to me today.
I think I'm so sorry.
No, honestly, we thought we had a big announcement, and then honestly, it's becoming an even bigger announcement, and so we had to wait.
We weren't quite ready yet, and I really appreciate you being so nice about it, and thank you. And I love you. I love your viewers and everyone at home watching. I just wish everybody well.
We love you all too, and it turned out to be really a kind of a fun bit for us, and got a lot of people talking and getting a lot of people excited about what we're about to discuss tonight. First of all, how are you doing besides working hard on this new giant project, and where are you?
Well, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I feel very blessed. I hope you're doing well too.
Yep.
I'm in, we're in my office. We decided to quarantine in the family office. So there's just a small group of us that are all in the office together, just in case we need to work on anything.
How many people did you quarantine with, and how long have you been in quarantine?
There's about 6 of us.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. Just getting to know you.
Getting to know. Yeah, it's you know, but every day we find the time to just look in each other's eyes and go, I love you, mean it. Very close.
I love you,
but
mean it.
You know what the truth is, we really know and respect how hard people are working right now. I mean, there are so many healthcare workers on the front line responding to COVID-19, and we've spent a lot of time learning about it. We've spent a lot of time, reading about it, watching about it, and we always take moments of gratitude throughout the day to remind ourselves that, we have it very good, actually. And
yeah.
I say that with a lot of respect and gravity. I was talking to someone the other day about, this messaging of we're all in this together. And while I think the sentiment is nice, I also think that the fight that I'm in, or that you're in, right, is very different than the fight of a woman that is in perhaps an abusive relationship and has a child and lost her job and can't feed her kid and can't feed herself, and also can't get the help that she needs because she's in a violent situation. There's things that are going on in the underbelly, not only of this country, but in countries all over the world. And I've been really focusing a lot of my energy on figuring out how I can help, because we all want this to end, but our being in this all together, that's a tricky statement, because what that woman is in, I want to honor that woman is not in the same fight that I'm in, and I want to help her fight that fight.
Yeah, you're right. And you actually really are. I know you just celebrated a birthday while quarantining, so happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I'm 34.
What was that? Hey, I remember it. I remember it's a great year.
I remember telling my friend, Bo, my best friend since I was 5, who I work with and live with now also. I remember when she turned 34, I said, you're still in your early 30s. And she said, no, it's your mid 30s. And I said, no, it's not. I said, it's still early 30s. And then I turned 34 and I was like, it's totally mid 30s.
No.
Yeah,
no,
it is.
You're a baby, still you're a baby. But I know that you celebrated a little bit, right? Your quarantine family baked you a cake, but in the midst of that, you have been on the phone talking to World Health Organization and seeing what you can do about COVID-19 in the middle of having a birthday and mid celebrations or anything.
Well, birthdays are birthdays. They come and go. Global pandemics don't happen all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
I sort of felt like it was really sweet. Everybody, my friend made me a cake and everyone gathered for dinner that night. But yeah, we've been on the phone a lot, and I've been speaking at length with the World Health Organization, and Dr. Tedros called me and asked me if I would help curate this special on television with Global Citizen. And I learned more about what they do, which is incredible. So there's something called the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund, And it's something that was set up specifically for the pandemic. And what they do is, number one, they get equipment and treatment to all sorts of medical healthcare workers. Number two, they are very, very focused on getting tests, and that includes home tests as well as send-in tests. Three, they focus on vaccines. So there's 10 major biotech companies that are working right now on these vaccines, and they want to donate across the board, because if they trial them all at the same time, if one hits, we get it faster, as opposed to doing one at a time, then it's slower. Then the fourth thing that they do is they have just very up-to-date, credible information on COVID-19 from the best scientists and doctors in the world. So they're a wonderful organization, and they work for the UN. The WHO is an agency to the UN, so it's an international effort. So the fundraising that we're doing is for the world.
I saw you tweeted the importance about being kind right now. Can you just double down on that? Because I agree with you. Kindness is a great really great, something we should focus on right now.
You know, I've always believed in kindness, and I think that what's so true about times like now is that there's financial currency, right? But then there's kindness currency, and they're both equally as important. And I think there's a lot of people that are at home right now that are wondering how they can help, and they feel like they can't and they don't know how to. And one of the ways that you can is to be kind, and you being kind every day helps make it better for all the people that are scrambling at home or scrambling with their families, because it's not easy for them and they don't have the time to sit around and think about what they could be doing to help. They're trying to figure out where their next meal is going to go for their child. I mean, it really breaks my heart that there's so many kids in this country that their one meal from public school was all they were getting, and now they don't get that one meal. So, you know, this is the catastrophe, and in a time of catastrophe, kindness is the most important thing. We must be compassionate to each other, and I think also self-awareness while you're being kind, and making sure that you know what you have and what you don't, and that you take those moments to have gratitude.
And it doesn't cost you anything to be kind.
Nope, kindness is totally free.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.